Welcome to Tips on Buying a New Car, presented by Housing Credit Counseling Incorporated. My name is Chris, your host today. In our three locations, we do many things, helping people with their finances and housing-related issues. But today, we're going to educate people on shopping for a vehicle. New wheels, used wheels, what kind of car do you want? Well, you need to break it down to your wants versus needs. What is this car going to be used for? Now, we may want that convertible Mustang, but it may be difficult to haul the family around and go grocery shopping in the backseat of a convertible Mustang. We may need to have that dreaded minivan as a more practical vehicle. But again, ask yourself, what is this vehicle mainly going to be used for? If you're driving a vehicle back and forth to work, gas mileage may be a key component in your search for a vehicle. So setting a car budget is the first step. How much can you really afford? You need to figure out what you can truly afford in a car payment, along with all the extras that are going to be added into this. So before you go shopping, figure out what you can spend. To determine how much you can put down for a down payment also would be helpful as well. Financing a little less will save you on a monthly payment. You can use the online payment calculator, such as cars.com, to make sure you don't try to buy a Mercedes-Benz on your Kia budget. Factor in the total cost of owning this vehicle. You're going to have insurance on this vehicle, so factor that into your budget. And according to the year of the car, the model of the car, your age, it's going to determine what your insurance premiums are going to be and the type of coverage that you have. So do your research ahead of time so you know what you're going to have to pay. You can compare rates in Kansas by visiting the Kansas Insurance Department website below to figure out what insurance might cost you. Don't forget your county is going to charge you taxes on that vehicle and have to renew the tags every year. So factor that into your overall cost of owning this vehicle. And don't forget, it's going to happen. Those cars do break down from time to time. So don't just simply budget for an oil change every 3 months, because you will have to have tires, a car battery, who knows what else. Car repairs will happen. To help you determine how much you can afford on this purchase price, use the following handouts to determine the exact amount you can afford. The Prioritizing Expenses worksheet will allow you to list all of your expenses that you have in your household, the dollar amount that needs to go to those expenses, and what is the necessary gotta have, can't do without, and what are some of the luxury things that maybe if you trimmed out a little bit, you could afford a little bit more in your car payment. Don't forget about those non-monthly expenses that we all have. If you have a bill that comes due once a year, think about budgeting for that on a monthly basis so when that bill arrives 1 year later, you've already have it saved up ready to go. How much can you really afford? What if you have a trade-in? What is the value of that trade-in? Are they giving you top dollar for that trade-in? Well, vehicle trade-in, of course, is determined by the age of the vehicle, the condition, the make, model, how many miles are on it. So if you're going to trade in your vehicle, you might want to check out what it's worth. KellyBlueBook.com is a great site to check out, as well as NADA.com to see what you can get for this vehicle. You might be getting less when you trade this vehicle in at the car lot as opposed to just selling it privately on your own. Be honest about the condition of your car when you are going through Kelly's website or NADA's website. If it's got a few scratches and dings, it's not in perfect condition. Cars.com would say that if you can afford a $400 a month payment and you have $3,000 to put down, plus you have a trade-in of roughly $8,000, if you can get the preferred interest at 4% right now, you could afford a $21,000 vehicle over a 3-year payment plan. Or a little more expensive, you can afford a $27,000 vehicle over a 5-year plan. Available financing options will determine the final cost of the vehicle. If you have little or no cash or credit, buying from a lot, whether it's new or used, can be very expensive. So check yourself out before you go to that car dealer. This is a great website to obtain your free credit report. The Federal Trade Commission works in conjunction with the 3 credit bureaus, and annualcreditreport.com allows you to get a free report once a year from all 3 bureaus. Alternatives to trading in your vehicle, as we said earlier, you could try to sell the car on your own. A little more hassle, a little more time involved perhaps, but you might be able to get more money than trading it in at the lot. Donate the car to charity. If you need a tax write-off, you can get a receipt for the fair market value for a tax write-off. or sell the car to a relative for the trade-in value that the car lot was going to give you anyway. There are some great car buying guides out there to research the make and model of the car that you're interested in. Is it dependable? Is it reliable? Is it safe? JD Power, Edmunds.com, for example, are great to read reviews on. You can type in Consumer Reports on automobile ratings and search to your heart's content on the vehicle that you're interested in. You're going to need insurance on that car, as we said earlier, so for more information about insurance, you can visit this website hosted by the Kansas Insurance Department of Auto and Home Section. Thank you for attending the first of 3 series on buying a car.